everybody! In this video, me and apparently Tobias are gonna be doing a review of the PS4 SCUF controller. So I'm gonna be comparing it to the regular controller. Now you're gonna have to ignore this one because it is like not in good shape. The stick is broken, it's got a lot of cat hair on it, but for comparing purposes, it's gonna do its job. So what I'm gonna be going through is what exactly is different and how these things can help improve your gameplay, specifically in Destiny, because that's what I mostly play, and that's what I'm gonna mostly be using this controller for. So the first thing that is different are the sticks. If you take a look at these sticks, you can see that, yes, I know it's broken. I'm aware it's broken. You can see that they are concaved, whereas I chose the dome sticks. Now, you don't have to choose the dome sticks. That's just a choice that you can go with, but I personally prefer them being domed. Now, these are the shortest ones that you can get. You can get ones that are longer. So if you're someone that's used to playing with control freaks and you like your thumbs being a little higher, you can actually get the domed ones and get them higher and kind of just play without your control freaks and instead just use the regular domed. But like I said, domed you don't have to go with. You can choose to get the regular concave ones. You can also choose to make the concave ones longer. It's basically whatever you want. It's fully customizable when it comes to the sticks. You can also choose to have one domed and one not domed. A lot of people do choose to go with that. I personally just went with both domed because I felt like having one domed and one not would throw off my aim, and that does not sound fun. So I went with both domed and I love it. I much prefer having domed. I feel like I can control the sticks a little bit better. I feel like my fingers have just more control over what's going on. So I personally love the domed ones, and them being slightly higher because they are domed, I think does make my aim a little bit more precise. The next thing that is different on my particular controller is this. I pointed to the wrong thing. Is this. It's basically a pad that goes over the D-pad. So if you guys take a look at the regular controller, you can see that it has these arrows, these little triangles. Are they triangles? Rectangle triangles. That's what they are. They are like this. Now, I chose to go with this because I think it's really good for fighting games. I find that in games, especially like Mortal Kombat, I usually roll my thumb instead of pressing like a probably normal person. Instead of pressing, if I want to do like a down back move, for example, I tend to roll my thumb, which basically ended up separating the skin from the nail of my thumb. Not good, very painful, and what this pad does is basically makes that not happen, so you can roll and be perfectly happy while you're rolling your thumb and not cause any injury. Again, this is completely optional. You don't have to get this. You can get the normal one. You don't have to get any of these things, any of them. You can have every option, customizable option possible available to you. I just went with this one because I do like to play fighting games every now and then, and this tends to be really good for that. The next thing that is different is this. You can see this very clearly. It basically has a grip on it. So if you compare it to the back of a regular one, no grip, grip, no grip, grip. It's very obvious. And what grip does is basically you can hold it easier. It slips a lot less. If you have sweaty hands, if you're someone that gets sweaty hands very easily, especially competitive play, it happens. I get it. It doesn't happen to me too much. I just get shaky hands and then I suck. But this grip is going to be really helpful for that. Just allows you to hold onto the controller a little bit easier. And the last thing that is different between my controller and a regular one are the paddles. You can see the paddles right there, no paddles, obviously. This is the main reason why people get SCUF controllers, are the paddles. So if you don't know what these paddles do, you can click them, obviously. Basically, one is mapped to jump and one is mapped to crouch. Now, you can map these to whatever button you want. I chose to go with jump and crouch, which is the default one, just because with games like Destiny and Call of Duty, these tends to be the ones that you want to use the most. So if you play on the default option when it comes to the button layout, this is going to be great for you. You're going to be able to jump with this, and you're going to be able to crouch or slide with this. And what that allows you to do is you can jump and you don't have to take your finger off the, well, your thumbs off the thumbsticks. You can keep your thumbs on the thumbstick firmly, and you can jump and slide around. You can shade step around without taking your thumb off the thumbstick. Now, this might seem like not a big deal, but it actually makes quite a big difference when you're playing PvP. Because the average person, every time they're in an engagement with you, they're gonna have to move their thumb over here to jump or to crouch, which means they're taking their thumb off this, which means they have less control and their reactions are gonna be slower. If you have a SCUF controller, you can do all of those actions and you can have full control the whole time. So if you want to have a slight edge over your opponents in competitive play and you're ready to just take your play to that next level, SCUF controllers are super good for that. I found it to be absolutely amazing, like amazing. I had one on Xbox 360 and I couldn't play without it, and now I'm back to that. I've only had it for like 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks or something like that, and I already can't play without it. I don't even know what I would do. It's not gonna make you go from a bad player to an amazing player or an average player to like pro level, but it does give you an edge over your opponents, and that's pretty obvious because you're not having to move your thumb. It gives you more reaction. If you're someone that likes to jump shot a lot, it's gonna help you with that. If you're someone that plays a Titan and you Titan skate a lot, this basically allows you to Titan skate, shoot. You're just so much more agile with having these paddles than without having that. And it's pretty funny actually, because a few people have asked me in the comment section, do you have a SCUF controller? Because the way that I play sometimes, I think you can tell that I maybe have a SCUF or I play claw, which if you don't know, claw is where you put your finger like this. So you basically go like this. So it's the same thing. It basically allows you to play claw without having to play claw and ruin your fingers. So a few people have asked me that because I am able to jump around and shoot and have that reaction time that maybe you wouldn't be able to have without the paddles. Now when it comes to picking your SCUF, there are tons of customizable options as I mentioned throughout this video. You can choose whatever sticks you want, you can choose whatever grip you want, you can choose to have the paddles mapped to different buttons. If you want this to be jump instead, you can do that. If you want it to be reload, you could do that. Whatever button you want, you can put it on here. There's also something now that you can get from SCUF that is a little device that enables you to change the mapping of these paddles to be whatever you want on the fly. So if you think you're going to change your mind about what options you picked, you can always get that device from SCUF and you'll be able to change them whenever you want to change them. So that's really good. That's something that wasn't available when I got my 360 one. So it's pretty awesome that you can do that now, because if a game comes out and you're like, oh my god, I kind of need this to be reload, or I need this to be a grenade throw, you can just change it on the fly, and that's not something that you have to worry about being stuck with a controller that you can't remap these paddles to. So I get asked all the time, are SCUFs really worth it? Does it make that big of a difference? And I would say to you, honestly, it's not going to make a huge difference. It's not going to make you go from average to pro player level, but it does make enough of a difference for me to recommend that you get one. If you're someone that plays competitive Call of Duty, you're just really into competitive gameplay, PvP, Destiny, whatever it is, I would highly recommend that you get one, because it makes enough of a difference for me to never want to use another controller ever again. So that would be the best answer that I could give anyone. I don't want to use any other controller ever again other than a SCUF, because that's how good it makes the gameplay. You're just able to do all of your hopes and dreams so much easier than without the controller. You can jump shot a lot easier, you can drop shot a lot easier, you can shade step and get plays like that a lot easier. It just makes everything easier. If you want to know more about SCUF, you want to investigate a little bit more, I will leave a link in the description where you can go and see all of the options, you can see the prices, you can basically find out all the information that you want to find out. So if it's something that you are a little bit interested in, I would recommend that you just head to the website and see what exactly you can pick, what exactly your options are, and what kind of price you're going to be looking to pay. So that's going to be it for my review, guys. I love this controller. I freaking love this controller. And it's green, it's my favorite color, and it just helps me feel so much more comfortable doing more advanced move, I guess you could say, more advanced moves, jump shotting, drop shotting, Titan skating and shooting people while I'm Titan skating. It just makes me feel a lot more comfortable doing that kind of stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So many people asked me, do you have a SCUF? Do you think it's worth it? So I hope this video helps you with that. And I'll speak to awesome, amazing people later. Let's poke him. Say goodbye. Say goodbye. Say goodbye to the people. He's saying goodbye with his butt. Okay, guys. Bye.